To Mondays with Mori, with me, Mori Alvington, where I help you find your soulmate and step into your power. I'm all about transformation and morphing into who you actually came here to be. And so on these Mondays, I share some awareness stories with you to bring some awareness to the places that maybe you are not being you, and maybe you are preventing somebody else to be them. As a parent, I feel like we do that a lot and we're not even aware of it. And I want to share this story with you today about an unfortunate event that happened with my daughter. And I realized that how I can do better. So if this is the first time you're watching me live, welcome. I recommend taking some time when you're listening to me, because a lot of times when I'm talking, it will start activating in you energetically the places in you that are stuck, that are blocked, where you are maybe avoiding you, maybe the places that you're not aware of, and it will bring awareness. And the more awareness you can get, the clearer you can be. Doing this work with women for over 18 years, it's amazing sometimes how much a certain tweak or a shift in how you view something changes everything. There is a lot of inner work that we do, but sometimes it's these awarenesses that are like aha moments that just open a door for us to shift and change. I really believe that in this shift of consciousness into the fifth dimension, that the transformation can be a lot quicker, a lot faster, a lot easier. If before we had to really, sit and hash something for a very long time until we were able to release it. Now, just like everything else in our world, I believe that healing and shifting is also quick and fast if we choose it. So that's the main key, if we choose it. So if you choose to tune into this and listen right now, you'll be amazed at what shows up. You never know. So just take a deep breath in and breathe out. You can put your hand on your heart and just ask, like, how much of me is present right now in this moment? How much of me is present right now in this moment? And just get an awareness, like 30%, 20%, 50%. And just ask you to come back to you right now at this moment, to be present with me in this moment for the next, 5 to 10 minutes while I share this story with you. The more present you can be, the more awareness you can receive. So just tune into that and be open to receive. So the other day, I went with my daughter to the store. It was actually a big group of us. My brother is visiting, so it was him and his wife and his little kids. My middle daughter, my mom, we were all at the store. It's like a big store, almost like a Walmart, but it's not Walmart over here. Almost like a Target, I would say. It has food and clothes and furniture, like all the things. And we went there to get them, to get boots, get some winter clothes. And so it was kind of getting late, and my other two children were home with a guardian, and it was just getting late. It was a school night. It was like 7:30 already, and it was dark outside, and we haven't eaten any dinner. And I was getting inside me this feeling of like, okay, we need to go. And with my daughter, my middle daughter, she's 8. And she's very intuitive. She's very connected. She's actually my kid that's really open to all the metaphysical stuff. She does meditations. She sends healing to people. She's very connected. And so we're walking around the store, and I bought her an outfit she wanted for the pumpkin patch, a special outfit. So I got her that. And then she found this board game she really wanted. And she was walking around behind me with this board game in her hand. And I was like, okay, I bought you these clothes. This is what we're buying today. We didn't come to buy gifts. We're not going to buy this right now. And she's like, okay. And she just kept holding it. And I'm like, you should put it away. And she's like, no, what if I just want them to tell me how much it is, because I have my $4 and maybe it's $4. And being me and being her mom and not wanting her to get disappointed and not wanting her to get her hopes up, I was like, okay, this is not going to be $4 and we're not going to buy it. I'm not going to buy it for you. I didn't want to get to the registers and have a big scene with her trying to buy it and can't. So I was preparing her for, I'm not buying this, we're not here to buy this. It's not going to be $4, etc. And so we're walking in a store and she's holding this box. And every few months, I'm like, okay, you should probably put this away now because we're not buying that, whatever. And she was like, okay. And she's just doing her thing, walking behind me, holding it. So we get to the register. The lady scans it. It's $10. She gets kind of a sad face and she's like, okay. Of course, I had to be like, I told you so. Not like that, but almost. Like, yeah. And I said to her, your birthday's coming up. The holidays are coming up. You could put it on your list. We can make it happen, just not today. And she was like, okay. So she put it away and we left the store. We came home. We're sitting down having dinner. And in our dinner, we always do rose and thorn. It's when you share something that was really good and something that was hard or heavy for you. And so she's sharing her story and she goes, my rose is that I got my outfit for the pumpkin patch and I'm so excited. And my thorn is, and she looks at me, that you put all this negative energy and killed my manifestations. And I was like, what? And she starts crying. Okay, she's emotional about this. And she goes, I was working really hard to manifest that this game I wanted is only going to be $4, and you just kept sending all these negative energies and canceling my manifestations and blocking them from happening. And I knew it was going to be $4, but because of you, it was $10. And she is crying and she's emotional, and I'm sitting there like, whoa. Have you ever had that moment? Mirror up your face. Wait, what? I created that? I just did that? This is my fault? How did I? Right? And so I looked at her and I was like, whoa, all these awarenesses started dropping in. And self-reflections and all these feelings of myself. I'm like, I can't believe I did that. Right? I'm here teaching her to be a manifester. I'm here talking to her about asking the universe to provide. I'm here supporting her in that. And then on the other hand, my fear of her disappointment is blocking everything I'm teaching. And so in Hebrew, we have a saying like, all the money dropped, you kind of got it. You're like, oh, I get it. I get it now. I see it in a different way. Have you ever had those moments when you're like, oh, wow, okay. I'm hoping that by sharing this with you, maybe you're having some of these moments right now as we speak, where you're like, oh, I did that. Oh, I'm creating that. Oh, how can I shift and change it? Oh, I'm doing this from a fear. Okay. This is what I want you to tune into when I say you're not being you. You're not being you when you give into the fear. You're not being you when you're giving into, what you think society is going to say, or what you're being you when you're actually true to what it is that you preach, what it is that you talk about. You're being you when you follow through with what you believe. And so when she put that mirror in front of my face, I was like, oh, that is so true. Here I am telling you, teaching you to manifest, to ask the universe, yet I'm here blocking you. And so the first thing I said was, I'm so sorry. I didn't know you were manifesting this. Not that it mattered, not that it changed anything. What I really had to change was how I was looking at things. What I noticed is when I'm tired, overwhelmed, and hungry, because I was really hungry, I'm not in my body. I'm not feeling straight. So I'm not communicating from the place that I would communicate. And so I was blocking everything that she was trying to put out. And that wasn't my greatest moment. As a mom, I feel like we're stuck in that all the time, in that cycle, right? We're so busy. We're so overwhelmed. We're tired. A lot of times we're malnourished, right? We're not feeding ourselves when we need to. We're not taking care of our bodies. And so we're out of alignment with what our kids need us to be. And so at that moment in time, at that dinner table, I committed to myself and I committed to her that I'm going to be so much more aware of what it is that I'm putting out in the world. When am I saying it? How am I saying it? Am I supporting what I actually believe? Or is this something that was taught to me by my parents or by society? How can I let her figure it out on her own without me having to prepare her for that disappointment? Because what if we did get to the register and it was only $4. What lesson would she have learned then? Who am I to block that, to create that in her? Because just as I could create her manifesting and her receiving whatever it is that she wants, I created the disappointment, the sadness, the anger. Now, I don't know how much that gift cost beforehand, and I had a great idea of what it was going to cost. But in reality, I've experienced on my own that when I manifest things, things happen. They just happen. They just occur. They just show up in the natural flow of life because I'm open to it and it happens. I've done it with money, with health, with cars, with a waffle maker. I've done it with so many things in my life if I just ask and the universe gives it to me. Who am I to block that for somebody else? And so it just put things for me in a different perspective. It just really showed me how I can, instead of trying to control the outcome, let the universe control the outcome. And maybe I don't know what the outcome is, but I'm very open and allowing it to show up. So how many times do you do this, not just with your kids, but with yourself? How many times do you tell yourself, you build yourself up so you don't get disappointed? So maybe you're going on a date, but you already have all these ideas of how it's going to go. And if it's not going to go this way, what you're going to do. And if you're going to do this, then what's going to happen? How many times do we plan the outcome? And we actually take it out of the hands of the universe in order to protect. But what if you didn't have to protect? What if you could just go with the flow and allow things to show up for you the way that they're meant to show up? And if it is a disappointment, then it's okay. But if it's not, can you imagine what amazing things can show up? If you actually allow yourself to feel the excitement of what it could actually be like to find your person, to get that surprise check in the mail, to get that house for the price you wanted, to get the car that you always dreamed of. Can you allow yourself to feel into it? Allow yourself to open up without having that voice of reason in the background. So last week I shared about the voice of reason, and today I'm sharing it again from a different perspective, showing you how it changes the lives of the people that we love also. So notice this, and this can be something you're saying out loud or something that you're thinking inside. Even if you're thinking it inside, you're still putting out the vibe of that. So if you have a partner and they have like big dreams and they're go-getters and you're always the voice of reason for them, how much of their stuff are you unknowingly killing away? How much of their excitement are you taking from? How much of their passion are you taking from? Because maybe you don't see it, maybe you don't feel it. How can you be more supportive? How can you be more attentive? How can you put that voice of reason down and just be like, yeah, you go for it. I'm here for you. I'm here for that. I'm here to support you with that. And if not, and if you fall on your face, I'm still going to be there for you. So tune into that, play with that. Look what comes up for you. Look what it feels like in your body. Look when you're doing it to others. Look when other people are doing it to you. So you can be like, no, thank you. Because that was another thing I told my daughter. I was like, if I do this again, tell me. Bring it to my awareness. Bring it to my attention. Because I will love to shift and change that. That's all I'm about. I'm about to transforming into the best, highest version of myself that I can be. And I don't care if it hurts. I don't care if it feels like judgment. I rather feel it, clear it, and move on. Okay? So, I also want to mention that I just taught the first day of the Find Your Soulmate Masterclass. It was amazing. The reviews that people are giving me are incredible. You can still join. It's completely free. It's 5 days. Today was day 1. You get the recordings if you sign up in your inbox. We also have a group where you can join, but if you're not into groups, that's totally fine too. And I would just love to see you there, because I know that if you choose you and you commit to you, you'll be amazed at what shows up for you. So If you know anybody that is looking for their soulmate, if you know anybody that this could be a contribution for, please share it with them. I hope you have a beautiful Monday, and I'll see you on the internet. Bye.